And welcome back to Let's Play Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Last time we started the game and got our task of collecting the energy spheres and the parts of a mysterious alien's ship. This time we're gonna hopefully finish Cookie Country with stage 4 and the boss. I think that's all that's left. There might be a bonus level, I don't know, because it again has been a little while since I played this game. 2011 was a while ago. But yeah, to kind of go back to my exposition a little bit. This is a big deal, or this was a big deal at the time, because the last Kirby game that was a main entry series game was Squeak Squad. Because Ultra was a remake, Kirby Superstar Ultra, and does that really count? But then Epic Yarn, which is a spin-off, doesn't really play like Kirby. It's a fantastic game, but it doesn't really play traditionally, so a lot of people don't really factor that into, you know, Kirby continuing as a franchise. So if you think of it that way, not having a remake and a spin-off, yeah, that's a bit of a drought between 2006 and 2011. If I'm not forgetting anything. And then this kind of revived Kirby as a franchise, so then you had Triple Deluxe a couple years later, which is a phenomenal game. And then you had Robobot, which is like the best Kirby game, I would say. Unironically, like the best Kirby game, if you asked me. And then now you have Star Allies, which is looking to be a little bit more standard, but hey, I am in that camp who believes there's never been a bad Kirby game, and I am sticking with it. And Star Allies doesn't look bad, it just looks kinda safe. But, you know, safe isn't bad. I mean, you have all the people who are upset when other franchises mix things up too much. So a nice safe Kirby game at the beginning of a system's life cycle is not a bad way to go, and then maybe, hopefully, do something a little bit more risky in the future. That's kind of my hope, because normally Kirby is kind of a late cycle type franchise. So I am actually expecting there to be another Kirby game, like a main entry Kirby game for the Switch. You heard it here first. That is my prediction. Am I gonna be right? Probably not, because I usually am not right with these things, but let's hope for the best, because I would be down for something a little bit different, or at least a spin-off. I'd be okay with a spin-off, but I don't know what they do. So we have our Ultra Flame, we got a big flaming dragon, we can actually control it a little bit, pushing up and down on the D-pad. But again, not a fan. It's kind of a cool mechanic, but it's just not good for multiplayer. It just slows everyone down to a crawl. So I feel like it's okay for single player, but it also doesn't work in multiplayer. And like Hypernova and Triple Deluxe, I don't really mind that much because you're by yourself, so you're not, you know, inconveniencing everyone by doing this super move. But in this, just because it freezes everyone's actions. If it didn't do that, maybe it would be a little bit better. But again, I am playing a single player, so it's not too big of a deal, luckily for me. So we have two little pathways. Obviously, we want to go through the wormhole, because wormholes are usually good for collectibles. So we got another one of these little void places. I don't know what the actual term is, so I'm gonna call them void places for now, because I got nothing better. With this, I launch a giant star to just wipe out everybody in a path. Kirby's a pretty destructive little guy, being a little pink ball of happiness. Well, unless you're counting the North American box arts, where it's a little bit more believable that he's actually kind of evil. And to put it bluntly, like Kirby's kind of a jerk. And this also brings up the point that the trend still held that, you know, they had to make Kirby a lot more angsty looking on the North American box art. And I never got why that was a trend in the first place, but this is another case where that is the case. So hold A to guard, spin the control pad, which is not easy to do, and then you can charge up Spark. Do that, and pretty much every boss is going to be toast. You can't do little spot dodges like in Triple Deluxe and Robobot. I think that's in Triple Deluxe, but I actually don't know. In any case, that is not that bad. 1-4 down for energy spheres. They're actually a lot easier to find than everything in the later games. I don't honestly remember what they're called. I think they're called like code cubes in Robobot, but they're actually a little bit annoying to find. These energy spheres really aren't going to be a problem for the most part. Most of them are pretty straightforward. We actually got it. Number 1. And the Kirby dance. Because it wouldn't be a game without the Kirby dance. A couple prototypes for this game are actually worth discussing as well. There was a feature that Nintendo would do back in the day called Iwata Asks, where Satoru Iwata would interview various developers, and one was in reference to this game. And what I'm trying to charge it up like I'm still using Spark. But one of the prototypes was actually a 3D game that would eventually become Kirby's Blow Up Blast from the minigames of Planet Robobot and also the standalone title. And another that kind of looked like Wario Land shaken in terms of art style. So we got Wispy. He is trivial as always because he's the first boss. He doesn't really do anything too outrageous because, again, this was sort of a safe return to form. So I'm just literally holding right and mashing 1, and we're done. And with that, Wispy goes back to its normal size, and we get the, what are those? It's the oars? They kind of look like oars, but I don't know why a spaceship needs oars. Yay, we killed the tree. We didn't kill him because he's in every Kirby game. He'll be fine. Maybe rudders? You did it, Kirby. My ship has its oars back. I was actually right. Thank you so much. I'm counting on you to find the other missing parts. I almost said ship parts out of instinct from Pikmin. Keep up the good work. Don't forget to keep an eye out for all those energy spheres. If you collect enough, the broken doors within my ship will reactivate. There are 2 really cool sub-games that you can play with your friends. Not to mention copy ability rooms with all kinds of copy abilities to try out. And there are several challenge stages that will really test your skills. If you find enough energy spheres, reactivating those doors will be a breeze, so whenever you see one, be sure to grab it. Wow, you've already found 13 energy spheres? Way to go, Kirby! You've reactivated the door to a challenge stage. It's over in the room on the right. Why not give it a try? We are not doing those quite yet, but I do plan on showing off all of the challenge rooms. Just give a quick peek at what to expect. They're all based on different copy abilities, and you actually get like medals for them, and I don't guarantee anything in terms of performance, to be perfectly honest. I'm probably gonna bomb all of them, to be perfectly honest, because they're really hard. Like, you think, oh hey Kirby, how bad could this be? Yeah, they're gonna like be actually challenging. So just to reiterate, we got everything in Cookie Country. So now we're heading on to Raisin Ruins. CR. So I wonder what that's gonna spell out. Stage 1. We have time for Stage 1 of Raisin Ruins. Our obligatory desert oh, I should not have killed him. I want his ability, and I can't even go far enough to the left to despawn him. What a predicament. So let's go to the right then, and double back. Hopefully he'll be back. Kirby games are really easy to spawn enemies in, and it's because of the copy abilities. So Whip was new to this game if I'm not mistaken, but it's been like every other game since. Pretty sure these guys are from 64, and I'm really not a fan of them in that game because 64 is one of the tougher games, I would say, to complete. I've still not done it to this day, and it is one of those weird things where, like, I want to, but at the same time, it's really hard. Like, this game is a breeze by comparison. The thing is, that game has ability combining. Not quite like what Star Allies has, it's actually very different. For example, you get very different power-ups depending on what you combine, so it's a very different system actually. I wish I'd come back, because I like it. It's just, it was too integrated into the puzzle solving to the point where it kind of broke a sense of flow when you had to constantly be sort of going back to early stages to pick up a certain power-up combination and then be able to do a puzzle. It was a little intrusive, but a good idea on the surface. Gonna chuck Whip, just to make sure I don't accidentally pick it up. Like this, hurry over to this cannon. You can kind of duck in it, but it doesn't do anything for us. And it launches us straight up. Pretty easy first energy sphere. Thank goodness that's actually number 1. I was getting worried. It was a while into the stage, so I was a little bit worried at first. They're giving us Needle, which I'm a little bit confused by. Or are we gonna pull a Sonic and just roll through this next section? Is that what we're gonna do? That is exactly what we're gonna do. Cool. Oh, can I just keep... Oh. That is a no on that. I was gonna say, can I keep mashing the button to roll faster? And the answer is no, it will stop you. So don't. Do not do that. So Needle is a really cool ability. I'm a fan, but it really doesn't show up much, which makes me a little sad, because it is pretty cool. It's underutilized. I feel like you could do some cool puzzle solving with it, but they never really do anything with this power, which is kind of disappointing, but eh. Like, I could come up with a lot of things you could do, like scaling things by like sticking into ceilings and just navigating that way, because there's like something keeping you from floating. I don't know, this stuff is like easy to say, but actually putting it into practice might actually be difficult, so I'm no game designer, so maybe I shouldn't be speaking on this, acting like I know what I'm talking about. And yeah, you just kind of comb the area, and then you will probably find new collectibles. It's not like Red Rings and Sonic, or that's actually the only example I have, because Red Rings and Sonic are terrible. I don't know anyone who actually enjoys collecting them, because they're always just extremely well hidden. And you know, hiding things well isn't a problem, it's just... It's kind of... In a game about speed, it's kind of a pace breaker. I talk about pacing a lot because I actually highly value pacing in games. I find pacing to be one of the most important factors into whether I enjoy a game or not, and it's why some games take me a million years to finish. Two examples are Xenoblade Chronicles and, well, actually 1 and 2 and X, because none of those went very fast for me. I'm still working on X2, but for Xenoblade 2. X2 doesn't exist, and everyone wants it to, because Xenoblade X ends on a cliffhanger. But that's neither here nor there. Letting the sword power bounce far enough away to actually inhale the sky. So we get Hammer, which is the most overpowered ability, and if you can use Hammer, I highly recommend it. It's actually worse in this game, I would say. I'm gonna check the move list really quick. Hammer Twirl. Yeah, it's actually a little bit worse, I would say. They definitely buffed it in the 3DS games. I have no objections, because I do tend to kind of overuse Hammer. That was basically my arena strats in the original Superstars, just use Hammer or Stone and just power through everything that way. The 2 strats for arena are basically destroy them really fast, which is Hammer, or in some games different power-ups like ESP and Robobot, and the other strategy is to play the long game and then just defend using Stone, which, trust me, it takes forever in Robobot's True Arena, because I just did that. You know what, actually? I think we're gonna call it here. Got through 3 levels. And this world seems a little bit longer, because there's stage 4. So there are 4 stages instead of 3 stages before a boss. And yeah, we will resume Raisin Ruins next time. So thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next with more Let's Play Kirby's Return to Dreamland.